Hey guys, it's Mike Perone, and my essay is on how the French eating habits differ from the average American. It's no secret that the French are slimmer than the average American, and a couple reasons are to blame for this. The body mass index for the average American is 29, and the average of the French is 25.5. This may not seem like a big difference, but when you're comparing body mass, it actually is a very big difference. The three reasons that can be blamed for the differences in body mass are the portion size of the two use, the leisurely meals associated with each country, and the amount of processed foods America takes in compared to the French. If we were able to adjust and follow the guidelines of the French, we'd be able to cut down on the number of obesity people we have in the United States. And the first topic I would like to discuss is portion sizes. The first thing I want to talk about portion sizes is a study I found comparing the Philly to Paris. And this study found that the portion size in Philly was 25% larger than in Paris. The second subject brought in was the candy bar was 41% larger in Philadelphia compared to Paris. These two alone can put on the pounds. The third and final topic was 52% was larger in soft drinks in Philadelphia compared to Paris. The second research study I found was comparing McDonald's in Philadelphia and in Paris. The smallest size in Philadelphia was actually the largest in France. The second subject was the frappe. It's 167 grams in France compared to 332 grams in the United States. I also found that there was no biggie size in France. The second point I want to bring in is the leisurely meals in France compared to the United States. Something I found was that France spends more time eating compared to us. To put things in perspective, the French spend 2 hours a day eating. That's more than twice the rate of the Americans according to Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. The average lunch time for the French is 22.2 minutes compared to 14 for the Americans. The average dinner time is 40 minutes, and this has decreased over recent years, but still a high number for us. Another thing we can do is split our meals into smaller meals like they do. Research shows individuals are just as full from smaller meals compared to larger meals. If we are able to split up our salads into another meal, we might be fuller for longer. Also, a tip you can do is eat fruit with your meal to bring in some fiber so that you can fill up sooner. This is what they do, and we lack this. The third and final thing we can do is processed foods. They tend to eat a lot more fresh foods than we do. Compared to America, France uses a lot of fresh ingredients, unlike us. Their ingredients are also locally grown and are part of the normal for France. The second topic I want to talk about is sweets. Most of what we find in America is already packaged, but in France they have mostly shops that make their own sweets. America eats 31% more of processed foods than fresh food. That can also add on the extra pounds. America is in a hurry, so that's why we rely so much on these processed foods, because we actually don't have time to sit down and prepare our meals. Now that these three reasons why America tends to weigh more have been discussed, each individual should be able to see how we can cut down on the weight as Americans. The secret has been revealed that they eat more sweets than we do and are able to stay slimmer than we actually are. If we were able to cut down on the portion sizes, spend more time eating, splitting larger meals into separate meals, and cutting down on the amount of processed foods we take in, we as Americans would be in a healthier and better looking body.